In tonight's video, we'll be looking at scary and creepy TikToks that you should not watch before bed.
You know the crazy thing about the Titanic, about what supposedly really happened about it? Like, you know the whole story of the Titanic, it sunk because it hit an iceberg, right?
Yeah.
But the whole time, it was low-key a setup to like the richest people in the world. So at the time, it was like early 1900s, the richest people in the world were JP Morgan, John Rockefeller, and the Rothschilds. They all wanted a central bank, but the only person that was standing in their way, it was the richest man in the world. His name was like Jacob Astor. He was the only person that didn't want a central bank. So they were all on that boat. They were all set to sail because it was JP Morgan's boat. But as they was leaving, JP Morgan, Rothschild, and Rockefeller, they left, and 5 days later, that's when it sank. It hit the iceberg supposedly, but people think it might have not been the iceberg, but like in the bottom of the ship was like an explosion because there was a hole in it. So they think they set him up, and even though he was the richest man in the world, he couldn't find a boat, and he sank with the ship. And then a year later, that's when they created the federal bank.
Yo, sounds like a setup for real.
Grimace has a disturbing origin. The original Grimace costume is with 4 arms, living in a dark cave, and always hungry. This design was to show what would happen if you ate too much McDonald's.
Whoa.
Our first Grimace was a regular man who won a contest for eating more McDonald's than anyone else for 10 years straight. However, his diet took its toll and his body worsened and gives off a scent of ammonia. What's more disturbing is that the children he acted with started disappearing, and he also disappeared. When the crew visited his home, they found an abandoned barn filled with McDonald's wrappers and a
Blood-curdling facts that you wish you
Yo, what happened? Okay, I guess it just don't play.
Blood-curdling facts that you wish you never knew. When a person is electrocuted via electric chair, they feel absolutely everything. They're completely aware of their body being deep fried in real time. And one person who survived the first round of electrocution said it tasted like cold peanut butter. As you're watching this video, your internal organs are constantly moving around inside you. Your armpit is where most of your important nerves in your arms are, so if you stab it, it will leave your arm completely useless. Ted Bundy, the serial killer, used to work at a suicide hotline. Scaphism was a form of ancient torture where someone's body was tied between 2 boats and they were covered in milk and honey, and bugs and other animals would feast on their body for days. Cotard's delusion is a rare condition where people literally think they're dead, and many of them ask to be taken to a cemetery to be with other dead people. There are over 200 dead bodies on Mount Everest, and they're used as checkpoints by climbers. If you die inside of your house, it's very common that your pet is going to want to eat you. You wouldn't do that, would you? Neil Armstrong's footprints on the moon don't match up with the ones on his astronaut suit.
Oh. What's going on with that, y'all? Something ain't adding up.
I don't do well with pictures like this. Surprisingly, they make me sick to my stomach. This photo was taken by Marissa Hill as she sat in her bed helpless as a stranger left her hallway bathroom. In the backstory I could find from this photo, she had heard a noise coming from the hallway bathroom and thought it was her husband, who was actually outside at the time. But when an unknown person came out of that bathroom, she was mid-picture and realized it was not him pranking her. An unknown elderly man came out of her bathroom and she sat there completely paralyzed with fear. According to her, she sat there in complete silence because he did not seem to notice her, and then he had just exited the house, and by the time she got up and got her husband called 911, this person was gone.
Photos taken before disaster. This is the last photo of Marilyn Monroe. Let's enhance it with sharp AI. Celebrity photographer George Barris visited her in June 1962. Little did he know that would be the last time he saw her. No one could imagine she would free herself.
Yo, forget all the picture and all that and Marilyn Monroe. I need this Sharp AI app. What? You see how sharp it just made that photo? I got some old blurry photos that I need to put on this app right now because that was crazy.
Only weeks later, on August 4th, 1962, he captured her beauty on camera one last time. But who knows what she was really thinking about?
Do you guys remember the 2 girls who recorded their murder before their bodies were found near a wooded area?
Trying to identify the suspect in this photo and this voice.
On February 2017, 13-year-old Abby Williams and 14-year-old Liberty German were walking along Delphi Historic Trails, Indiana, when they snapped these photos right before they went missing that evening.
Why would you let your 13 and 14-year-old girls go hiking in some random remote spot like that by themselves? Did that make sense to y'all? Because it don't make sense to me. I wouldn't do it.
Police suspected that the man in this photo was involved in their disappearance and murder, but they didn't know who this man was. The girls' bodies were found the next day very close to where they took those photos. And police received multiple tips that the man in the recording and photo on Liberty's phone was 50-year-old Richard Allen. Richard was arrested and charged, but he pleaded not guilty and kept his innocence. But recently, on April 3rd of this year, Richard called his wife Kathy and confessed to murdering both Abby and Liberty. Investigators believe that Richard forced the girls down a hill and took their life with a .40 caliber.
Hey, so there's some music playing over in the background. I'm guessing that maybe their audio might have got, I don't know, copyrighted or something. So let's just go ahead and read these captions.
Anything. And the theory is that there's like two main entryways on the North and the South Pole.
Yeah.
And that's how they get in.
Okay.
But some people even say that it could be aliens. Like that's where the aliens are coming out. Like that they actually are flying out of there.
We gotta cut this.
No.
This is getting ridiculous.
No.
Hey, he tripping because, hey, I could see it. He talking about it's ridiculous. We gotta cut this. For what? What you gotta cut it for? There's a true hollow earth theory out here. There are books that people have written, Journey to the Middle of the Earth. There's a whole anime movie that, what is it, Journey to Agartha, about them traveling to the inner Earth. It's just crazy. Even this book I just read recently, The First Men in the Moon, right? The moon had caverns, and at the middle of the moon, there's a ocean, a sea, and that's how they traveled and got to other caverns. And why can't that be here as well? So, I don't know, y'all. There's so many different theories. You got the flat earth theory, you got the hollow earth theory, you got the cubed earth theory, you got the globe earth theory. Which one is it?
No.
Boiling as a method of execution involves causing the death of an individual by immersing them in a liquid that has been heated to a boiling point.
Oh, no. Who want humans
This
too?
form of execution was commonly carried out by utilizing a large container, such as a cauldron or a sealed kettle filled with substances like water, oil, tar, or tallow. A hook and pulley system were often employed to lower the victim into the boiling liquid. During the time of the Roman Emperor Nero, numerous Christians were subjected to this gruesome fate and boiled alive in oil. In England, a significant legal development occurred in 1531 during the reign of King Henry VIII. The 9th statute passed in that year, specifically in cases of murder by poisoning, mandated that boiling alive be the prescribed form of capital punishment. In 16th century Japan, a notorious figure named Ishikawa Goemon, who was regarded as a semi-legendary bandit, faced a similar fate. Alongside his son, he was condemned to be boiled alive in the 1590s.
Hey, so this is in Japan, right? But my man's clearly got an afro. What that tell y'all right there?
Under the orders of Toyotomi Hideyoshi.
That was Afro Samurai.
Welcome to part 17 of The Sun Vanished. Let's see if they steal his account. TSV decides to meet up with them and post a video on it. Both of these videos were wild.
What's this? Oh my gosh. This mob hiding? Oh no.
Hey, Danyon. Yep, that's right. That person is Danyon. But listen to the conversation that TSV posted between him and Danyon now.
You look well. You look dead. I am. I have to get you out of there. I'm not going with you. You have to. With me. No. You're not saying them.
I don't even know what they're saying.
They're not hurting Nat. They're not hurting you. Just give them the account and this is all over. You're not Danyon. Maybe not the Danyon you've been thinking about while I've been gone, but it's me. Danyon would have apologized. Tell me what I did that didn't help you get here, and then I'll be sorry. I wish we hadn't been separated for so long. I also wish you would come happily, and you're letting me down as I'm sure I'm letting you down. It's mutual. You don't know what's best for me anymore. You always liked how stubborn I was. I got smarter.
It looks like Danyon is on the people's side now. Also, is it just me or did it sound like water was dripping off of Danyon? I swear I could hear water droplets. I slept in the car last night and cried. Danyon's a mess. He looks wrong, he sounds wrong, he's gross and wet. TSV's hoping Tucker is okay from the video he posted. I feel at peace now, like my head is lighter. TSV is contemplating going to We the People now. TSV is also experiencing headaches and thumping in the back of his head when Danyon's gone. Comment for part 18.
What is going on with that situation?
A guy exposed himself on live TV when he was like rapping. He's on live television. His first line was like, I killed my and I buried her in the dirt. And everyone behind him was like, wait, what did he say? He grabs the mic, his last word, he kind of mumbled it. Oh, I think the cops are looking for me. Yeah. And then he drops the mic. You know when you're rapping, like with your homies, you say some things, and it's just for joking around.
Yeah,
like, you know, YNW Melly says, I'll pull up with the choppers, like my homies and shit like that.
Yeah.
You can see in the back of the video, like everyone's like, oh,
He's really feeling this shit.
he's like, for real about this, right? His neighbors also chimed in. They said, I seen Robert one day walk out of his house with a body bag. What the police do, since this is on live television, they get that guy and they start investigating his every move. They find his car one day, and in his car is a
Everybody gave himself up in the rap songs, y'all. These are some of the most scary and creepy TikTok videos that you'll find on the internet. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bell on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.